Hey guys, it's Holly. Welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to briefly show you guys something that I do very regularly anytime I get sick, or even when the air quality is bad here in Texas, especially when the weather gets really hot in the spring and summer, and even in the early fall, we get really bad air quality days a lot, really more often than not. And so anytime I feel like my lungs are a little bit affected or I'm having some allergies, I use a nebulizer. And so the main one that I use is I just use my son's, this like little bunny. This is we've had a couple of these, and this is like the little mask that goes with it. Well, this is the adult one. He uses a child one. But anyways, long story short, even if you don't have asthma or COPD or a lung condition per se, these can still be really, really helpful for just run-of-the-mill sickness, even for colds, because you don't actually have to use prescription medication in them. You can get a nebulizer without a prescription. I'm not sure. I think you can find them at drugstores, I would think. I know I usually get mine online. So this one came directly from the pediatrician. But anyways, I like this one because it just works really well, quite frankly. And it is a little bit loud. Some are louder than others. I also have a portable nebulizer that I purchased from eBay or Amazon. And it's very small. I think I've mentioned it and actually shown it in at least one or two other videos in the past, long time ago. But that one I use for traveling. I take it along with me, really just carry it in my bag everywhere I go, because I never know when I'm going to feel like I need it. So my son, obviously, I've talked about, he has asthma. My 7-year-old does have asthma, and so we use a nebulizer a lot for him, and he uses albuterol. And so long story short, I use these saline packets, and I've used albuterol treatments before too with like bronchitis. If I've really got a whole lot of mucus in my chest, but I only use those if I get really sick. But the saline helps as well, whether I'm sick or not, whether it's allergies, whether it is even just like a cold or bad air quality, whatever the situation may be. So sometimes I just feel it in my lungs and in bronchial passages. So long story short, here's the saline. They come in, I don't have the box still, but it comes in like these little packets, obviously, as you can see. And so one of these is just like one dose basically, and you don't have to use the whole thing. And it actually has these little like a little measuring line on the back where it tells you like how much, how many milliliters or whatever. It goes all the way up to like 5. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however much you want. I usually try to do the whole thing if I have time. If I don't, I'll do half or just however much I have time for. Because I do find with the albuterol treatments, they go by so much faster than the saline. The saline goes by very, very slow. I'm not exactly sure why. But these are really good. It's just sodium chloride solution. I bought these on Amazon. And you can get a whole box full of these, very inexpensive, and I highly recommend just keeping them on hand, keeping them in your medicine cabinet, and it really is such a lifesaver. And I am experiencing some lingering bronchitis symptoms right now because I mentioned in a previous video that I think it was my last longer video, I had a sinus infection that turned into bronchitis last week, and so yeah, I did have a not so comfortable bout of bronchitis, and so I'm still experiencing some lingering symptoms, and that can happen with bronchitis. You can still feel like coughing and things of that nature weeks after your initial infection has subsided. And so for me, it's different every time. Sometimes I might not really have any lingering symptoms, but then sometimes I might still feel something for a few days or even up to several weeks. I think the longest was like 6 or 7 weeks at one point. That was a few years ago. And I think that was the time that I had bronchitis and I let it go too long and it ended up turning into walking pneumonia. But anyways, so I'm just going to briefly show you how the nebulizer works, and I'm not going to talk while I have it on because it's loud. So anyways, I already have the saline in here. I actually just finished one of these treatments, so there's just like a little tiny bit left in here. So you're just going to flip the switch and put the mask on. Okay. So as you can see the steam coming out of it, and some people will also utilize essential oils highly diluted in nebulizers as well. And me personally, I have done that. I still do that. Use certain essential oils that are really good for your lungs, like wintergreen, spearmint, eucalyptus is a big one. Thyme. There are so many different essential oils that are really great for the lungs, but you really want to dilute them and do your research before you would use them in your nebulizer. But I will say that's helped a lot. There are also vaporizing solutions that you can put in these. You can also utilize Vicks Vapor Rub and things of that nature. So if you have any questions about it, obviously you should consult with your physician or pharmacist. And like I always say, this is not medical advice, but this is something that's helped me a lot. And I know after I've done one of these treatments, sometimes even two, I just feel like literally 100 times better. So with that being said, I hope this helps, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.